What's up YouTube? PokePrimer here, primed and ready to deliver you our very first Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon information and speculations video. As you guys all saw this morning during the Nintendo Direct, we finally got a new Pokemon game announced for this year, for 2016, and I don't know about you, but I'm extremely excited, and I have a couple friends with me actually here on the call that are extremely excited as well. So, introducing to you guys, the famous Ronnie Hefner.
Hello.
The even more famous Gabby Damien.
Oh hell no, she's not no more famous.
And the most famous, the almighty driven gaming Damien himself.
What's up, everyone?
I mean, he's maybe famous at getting 6-0'd.
Oh.
No shots necessary. Come on. I can't keep these people. I can't keep these guys in line. I swear to God. I can't. I can dress them up. I can't take them out. I swear to God.
Oh, hey.
All right. So start things off. All right. Obviously, we have the title screens here and everything. I'm just gonna keep this up for a little bit. Just discuss. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is going to be some form of extension of Gen 6, or do you guys think this is 100% Gen 7?
Well, there's no way it can be Gen 6 or 6.5 with X and Y, so there has to be Gen 7 in this.
I need it. I need Gen 7.
I'm just saying, it better be fucking Generation 7 or I'll just rage.
What? I mean, think about it. 6.5, you have X and Y, and then you have Omega Ruby. 6.5 would just be a little too generic.
I agree. I think, personally, myself, I do believe it's Gen 7, considering each generation comes as a pair, and during the trailer itself, they listed off each generation, not each generation's main games, not necessarily...
True.
They didn't announce any of the side games, if you noticed that. They didn't talk about Fire Red, Leaf Green. They didn't show anything from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black 2, White 2, nothing like that at all, or even Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. They just jumped right from X and Y to Sun and Moon. So that kind of makes me think that it's definitely 7th gen as well. So I think that's kind of cool to think about, because that just means that we're gonna get some new Pokemon and cool
And
stuff.
the website says, new Pokemon, new adventure, new story.
Hopefully we get a lunar type. I'm voting for Moon.
That's another thing I wanted to talk about. Do you guys think that a new typing could potentially be added like it was in X and Y?
Alright, if they... Go ahead.
I still don't think they've perfected Fairy yet, because Sylveon is still not weak to that many things.
Yeah, I think maybe if they did decide to include another typing, maybe it would be beneficial to have it be super effective on Fairy, just for the simple fact that right now, with Fairy only being weak to Poison and Steel, with both of those typings being either more defensive or without having too many really frightening offensive threats, pretty much Fairy types are dominating the game right now.
I just want to add two major Fairy types, Gardevoir and Clefable.
Exactly.
You
see them, you know it's over.
You have a Pixelate Gardevoir, Hyper Voice, and then you have the Wall Hail Clefable.
Oh yeah, and you can't stall it out because it can have Magic Guard, and if you try to set up on it,
It's
it can potentially have Unaware, and then you don't have anything. There's not too many things that can hit it super effectively, so you kind of have to worry on chip damage.
Plus, it has access to Calm Mind, Amnesia, and the Screen.
Oh yeah, it's insanity. So I think definitely if they do add a new typing, whether it be
I can see two types,
type, a light type. Something like that. Even if they add like a sound typing, that's been a discussion before. If they add something like that, I think they would have to make it super effective on Fairy, just to kind of balance it out a little bit more. Because the whole reason they added Fairy was because Dragon was a little bit OP, so they threw Fairy in there to kind of shut them down a little bit. And now Fairy's the OP one. So I think just for overall balancing, I think we need something to check the Fairies.
I can see them making two new types. Light for the Sun, because they can make Light because of Pokemon Sun, and Lunar for Pokemon Moon.
I think that would make sense, and there's plenty of Pokemon out right now that could benefit from those typings. Heliolisk could be like maybe a light electric type or something like that. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Cresselia could get the lunar typing added to it, or something along those lines. You know, there's definitely options out there of mons that could benefit a lot from having those typings in their arsenal. I think that would be really interesting. And some moves could even change typing too. That would be kind of
true. But then you also have to think about how more powerful the meta game would be in OU and above.
Oh, it would be crazy. It would definitely,
because with mons like Crysla
out of the proportion.
With Crysla being in UU, if it gains the lunar typing, you know that thing's in OU.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
You know that thing's on.
Absolutely, I completely agree.
But it would be good because it would make that huge ass list of PU and NU shits move up too.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree. Just because I think a new typing would be kind of cool, because it would really shake up the competitive metagame right now, because we've been dealing with the same thing since X and Y, pretty much, outside of the addition of the new megas. But we've dealt with the same thing, and it's not. It's getting kind of stale. It's getting old.
And I swear, looking at NU and PU, it's like reading a book.
Yeah, absolutely. PU is ridiculously huge, and it would be kind of nice to see some of those mons get, you know, an additional typing or something along those lines to kind of bump them up.
Or even more coverage moves. At least even coverage moves.
Yeah, that would be perfectly fine.
That's how half of them are even down there, is because they have no coverage.
Exactly. So I think a new typing would be nice. I think it would be very beneficial to competitive Pokemon in itself. So that's really cool. That's cool. I like the idea of Gen 7. I like the idea of new typings. I love the logos too. The logos are absolutely top notch. By the way, I think Pokemon definitely exceeded here when it came to the designs. This is
especially the Japanese ones.
Oh, the Japanese logos. I completely forgot.
I haven't seen logos this cool since Diamond and Pearl.
I agree.
I know. No.
Alright, so
it kind of reminds me of them.
The next image I want to talk about a little bit, and not too much in depth, but I wanted to talk about this a little bit. Just talk about
what is that?
The addition of the cars. The addition of cars. First of all, there's actually cars in a Pokemon game. That we actually have legitimate designs for.
I just want to point out that there's a Blastoise in the back of that fire truck.
That's what I wanted to talk about. I like the way that they're doing this, that they're showing that Pokemon
wait. Does that truck have anything to do with that Mew shit? I swear.
I don't know. I
swear.
That's what we're speculating, but hey, it's entirely feasible. But I like how they're showing Pokemon interacting with the human world. They haven't really done that a lot before. With the ambulance down there, they have.
I could see vehicles coming in to Gen 7, because yes, of the Mew thing. I don't care if the Mew was there or not, but the point is, we saw the truck there. We saw humans and vehicles. We saw it before. I mean, there's nothing for them to port it over. We have bikes, we have roller skates and everything. We saw the vehicles in the past. Why not bring them in?
Yeah. I may make them be more of a viable thing. You know, in certain scenarios in the game, they could fit into storyline. Maybe they could become a story-based event where you have to, ride along in this vehicle or something.
They're in the anime.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's entirely feasible that they can be included. But I definitely like how the Pokemon are the Pokemon are enacting with people. Look, the truck in the top, that looks like they have a Machamp. It looks like a Furfrou. I think that's a Wobbuffet in the back there too. I think that's
the third one. I can't even tell what it is.
Yeah, I think it's Furfrou. It's Machoke or Machamp, one or the other. I think there's the tall one, and then there's a Wobbuffet in the back. I think that's really cool. It shows them interacting with humans. The humans riding in the truck, obviously.
I really love the Pokeball, because now whiting out finally makes sense.
Yes.
Although, is that an ambulance or an ice cream truck?
I think it's an ambulance. I think it's meant to be an ambulance.
Really, Ronnie? Really?
That really does make a lot of sense, because obviously you just kind of assume, when you white out in the middle of a route, well, you're screwed, in a typical situation. But having this here makes sense, because, it can kind of explain that, oh, hey, the ambulance just so happened, somebody got a call, and the ambulance came and, scooped your mons up and rushed you guys to the Pokemon Center, ASAP, if you're deep in a route or deep inside of a cave and all of a sudden you white out, snap your fingers, oh, you're back in the most recent Pokemon Center. What if the last Pokemon Center you used was 2 or 3 cities back? You're ported back to that Pokemon Center in a lot of cases in some games, so
it did make sense.
It makes so much more sense. So I think that's really, really cool. And The design's
Props to
actually
Game
pretty
Freak
dope.
for that. Props for Game Freak for that.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't want to talk too much on this. I saw it and I thought, you know, it needed to be brought up in conversation. Just
Well, last thought. Or is the ambulance on one of those long-ass routes? Is the ambulance just on that route? If you need to heal your Pokemon, it's there.
that could also be a thing too, because that brought up something I thought about a little earlier. The doctors and nurses they had scattered around Gen 5 that would heal your Pokemon. Maybe occasionally there'll be one of these ambulances somewhere on a route that you could potentially just stop off at and get a quick heal done or something like that. I think that'd be another cool way of using it as well.
I want to point out about the Blastoise. What if, you know, you can use TM or HM01 Cut and Rock Smash and everything else outside of battle? What if they make
Sorry.
What if they make it to where you can use other moves outside of battle, and you could potentially like have different hazards like flamethrower? You can start fires and shit. That's why he's here. What if you can use other moves outside of battles for more challenging puzzles?
That
I mean,
would
it'd
kinda
be
interesting.
it'd be complicated.
It would be very complicated to add into the game,
but
I think.
I mean,
it'd be
Game
interesting.
Freak's done it before. Game Freak's done complicated stuff before.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
just
it's
saying,
entirely feasible.
If you need flamethrower, what if you don't have flamethrower? If you
Well-
need hydro pump, what if you don't have hydro pump? Because you can't find hydro pump in a TM.
No, you can't, but you can also have different HMs and stuff, like, you know, there's Surf and stuff. All you have to do is you can add HMs. You can never take them away, though. You can always add more. I mean, how did they decide Cut and Surf and stuff was going to be the HMs? They can always add it in
Flipping a penny.
there. Okay. It's just a
Never
thought.
know.
Just a thought.
No, I like the idea. I think that'd be kind of cool.
How about actually making Cut a grass type freaking move?
I know.
Yes, I agree with that. They've done that in Drayana ROM hacks, and I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be in game, because it would at least
Well, I
make
don't
it
want-
somewhat viable.
I don't really want to talk too much about the hacks per se, as like, because they brought out different like typings and stuff in the hacks to balance it out.
That's true. So I mean,
But if they do
they've done
make
things right, but they've done things wrong. So I mean,
Yeah,
we
if-
can't justify that.
nah,
We got-
okay.
we
But
gotta-
if they make a cut, oh my god, that would be great.
that'd be fantastic.
And make it grass.
All right.
And make it grass.
So, enough with the vehicles. Let's get on to the next image that I picked, which is the Pokemon Center. This
I
is
love
what
it.
I think.
So
I think,
pretty.
and I like how this is just like it shows the concept art here because it shows the more detailed version, which I feel is going to be the one that would make it into the game. But they also show kind of like a less detailed version from multiple angles to kind of show you what the whole plan is with it. I really kind of like the
It looks like a mall. Really does. Looks like one of those tiny shopping malls.
It looks very high tech, which I think
It
is really
does.
really cool. I think I like the design for like a lot because of that reason. Just because it just looks fantastic. Like look at it, it's beautiful. It's
Then
beautiful.
in the corner of the picture, you can see part of the Pokemart.
Yeah.
If that is the Pokemart.
Which I think that would be dumb if they separated them again because we're already used to having them in the same place. So don't separate them, please.
Well, Oris, you don't.
Yeah,
They
and I
separate
didn't
them
like
in the other game. I don't like it either. But I mean, I'm just saying, from X and Y to Oris, they did separate them again.
I
So
think it'd be
it
dumb,
would
though,
surprise.
I think.
It would be dumb. It wouldn't surprise me if they did, but preferably, I would love to see it in one building.
Yeah, I think that's really convenient. I think it makes things a lot easier to work with, and I think I don't know. I think just for simplicity purposes, having them in the same building just makes a lot more sense. Because I mean, if you're gonna stop off at a hospital or something, hospitals have like what gift shops or things where you can
Yep.
get like snacks and
They-
other
they do,
essential
they do.
needs. So having a Pokemart in there isn't out of the question, and it makes sense.
I
To
just
me, on the
Right.
top of the Poke Center, it looks like it branches off into something.
it looks like it's going to, yeah.
Yeah, so that.
It actually looks like a port, like a little miniature stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Pokeball, like can open up and it create like a
Which-
battlefield.
I think it would be really cool, like if they had
That'd be
something like that where you could like battle in the Pokemon Center and like that kind of thing like happen. I think that would be actually sick. But I think that's getting my hopes up a little too high
Yeah.
to see something like that. But still, like Game Freak, please. Like, come
Gen
on.
22 confirmed. I just want to bring in one thing though that we didn't talk about with the vehicles. What would you think is your choice for a ride in this? The bike, the roller skates. What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, I think the bike is pretty much a staple. I think the bike definitely will stay. The inclusion of the roller skates, though, I think would be very interesting.
I love the 3D aspect that X and Y did with the roller skates.
Yeah, the roller skates gave you a lot more mobility. I felt like more degrees of motion. I thought that was really, really nice. So I think re-including the roller skates would be kind of cool. I think that'd be really cool.
I hated the
concept.
roller skates.
Well, tough shit.
Well, was it just the lack of control, maybe, or the speed?
It wasn't like I control. The moment you went into grass, it was you just walking.
True. Well, roller skates are only meant for like gravel or stone or pavement or anything. They're not meant for grass.
Well, I know that, but just the idea of roller skates to get around a whole region, just, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
Because to me,
if
the
you
roller
have
skates
cars-
would get old.
Well, you have cars. If you have cars in the G7, so you have more pavement, so you have less grass.
True.
That's something interesting. I've never thought about that till now. Because if you have cars, you have pavement. If you have pavement, you have less grass around.
Then how would you catch Pokemon if there's no grass?
Well, how do you catch Pokemon in desert? You catch it in the dirt, and then the grass, marshy fields, etc., etc. I mean, you could have grass on the sides, and all the trainers lined up and down the roads. That'd be interesting.
I just realized, it looks like you can look out windows now.
Yeah, that's something that I noticed too.
Ooh, that's
it
nice.
looks like you have like the ability to view, because you can kind of see inside of the Pokemon Center from the views that they're providing. I think that's really, really nice. So
That is an interesting touch.
I really like that, because it doesn't feel like when you walk into a Pokemon Center like you're isolating yourself, like you're in a different world. It feels like it's just a natural thing, like a natural part of the actual world. You know, it's really legit, and I think that's really, really well thought out. So I think this Pokemon Center design is really epic, and I really think that they should keep the very detailed design in the game. I think that would be totally insane. I'm excited. I'm just excited. Like, this whole day has just been beyond hype. And I want to make one other thing noted. I don't know if no wait, never mind. I just noticed it now. I just noticed it now because
Go ahead.
Because I just noticed this thing right here.
It looks like a door.
It looked like, yeah, I didn't notice until I looked up again at the big image here, but yeah, it looks like it's like half of the door. I had like a thought process moment. I was like, yo, is that the Pokedex? Did nobody notice that? But no, I got super hyped for no reason. I feel that.
That'd be one big Pokédex.
This is one hell of a Pokedex, you're right.
How are you going to fit that one in your bag?
I mean,
you
have you
could
seen
fit a
the
bike.
size of the new one in the anime?
Apparently.
Like, Lord,
Sure.
that thing's freaking
All right.
ridiculous. All right.
Oh.
Next image, which is one of my favorite ones. A new Pokemon.
Okay.
So not
What
catching
appears to be, in my opinion, this appears to be a bird Pokemon. It's got
I
the
would fucking hope.
it's got the feet. It's got the feet.
It looks
got
like
the
a
wings.
fucking winged Torchic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like it. I personally like this design a lot. I think the design is really, really, really well done.
Alright, from the red, I
So
call
far.
fire type. I call fire type from the red, but I don't think it's going to be another Talonflame.
I'm saying maybe dark type, maybe a dark flying type would be kind of cool.
I don't-
Another
That,
like,
we have one.
but
Mandibuzz.
Mandibuzz is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Mandibuzz is trash.
It's trash,
Oh.
yes, but I mean, we have a flying dark type already. Why add
I
another
don't
one?
know. I mean, it would be interesting. It would be kind of interesting if we
Unless
had.
Wait. Unless
Unless this Pokemon specifically for Sun, and it's gonna be like fire flying, and then they're gonna
No,
have
wait,
one
wait.
for Moon, which
What
is
about
dark
light?
flying.
What about the light? What about light? Flying light.
Maybe.
Is this a
If
glimpse
they
into
do
the
add
new?
if they do add the new typings, I would personally see no reason in not adding the new
I
typing
think
to
this
the-
is going to
the
be
main
one of
bird.
the starters. I think this is going to be one of the starters for Sun.
Yeah, I thought that too. And that's entirely feasible. I think that'd be really interesting because we haven't really had a bird starter outside of like what Piplup
Torchic.
and Torchic, and they weren't really They were birds, but they weren't really birds. Like, they weren't even, like, part flying type. They were just, you know...
It was a damn penguin and chicken.
Yeah, so... I think it'd be kind of cool if we had, like, a birdish starter. I think, personally, this is more like the beginning bird of the game. You know, kind of like the Pidgey, Starly, Talo of the game. And I think that's really cool that instead of showing us, like, a starter, they're showing us this first. Because, like, it's a nice teaser to the fact that we're getting new Pokemon, but it's nothing too spectacular and, like, outlandish to start off with. I think that's really smart on their part. I like it.
I just want to say this looks like something pulled from Mega Man. Just a random thought.
Honestly, though, I honestly can't agree with you on that one. But I like the coloring. I like the design of the head and everything. I like it. I did pull one image. I did pull one extra image in about this.
Go ahead.
Damien, I believe it was you who dropped this in our league chat earlier. But this is just a basic speculation.
No, that was Chris.
That was Chris? Yeah, this is a basic speculation image of what people, what it's believed that this thing's going to look like as like a full sprite, which based upon the coloring, this is probably about as close to accurate as we possibly can get. I mean, they basically handed it to us on a silver platter, but I think this works really well for a nice starter bird. Its design is extremely simple, very simplistic. Yet, it gets the job done of being extremely adorable.
I just want to point out that it's not red, it's more of an orange tone, which could include light.
Yeah, that would make it
really
just really hope for this, I know, honey.
I don't want another Talonflame. I don't want another Fire Flying.
Yeah, I agree. If it becomes Fire Flying, I'm going to be really, really disappointed. Because, I mean, Talonflame was good and all. And I was really kind of happy about it.
It's just broken. It's broken.
This thing, I don't know. I think if they were to do it 2 times in a row, I think that'd be kind of stale and boring, and I hope they don't do that with these brand new games that we've waited forever for.
I mean, you've got a sword, you have a damn polar bear, you have an ice cream cone. Give us something good, Game Freak.
I mean, I could see flying fighting being its final evolution.
A fighting flying type would actually be really interesting. I think that would be... Because we don't have any of those, so that would be kind of cool to have... that doesn't count.
Oh yeah.
Halucha doesn't count.
Well, it is fire. It is fighting flying.
I don't count it. It's
what a shit.
It's terrible. Exactly. Yeah. Gabby's got a good point. It's shit.
I'm going to draft it. I'm going to draft it and kill you with a crit.
Good luck with that.
And I'll kill
That's
you
your
with
only
Legendary.
chance is to kill someone with a.
Yep.
And I'll kill you with the Farfetch'd, Ronnie.
Unless you swords dance with that thing, you're pretty much not killing anything with crit. Unless you crit.
Flying Gym, Acrobatics, or Power Herb, I think. Power Herb, Sky Attack.
Power Herb Sky Attack is probably the most dangerous thing it has, and if it hits something that resists it, which it's all a matter of switching.
Registeel.
Yeah, pretty much. Bottom line is, if you put something that resists it in front of it, it's pretty much done for.
Yep.
I don't know, my personal opinion, Game Freak has to pick up the flying type again because they dropped the ball with it in the last 2 generations, in my opinion.
Oh god, yeah, especially with Unpheasant. With Unpheasant, 5th gen, oh my god, that thing's terrible. That thing's complete trash.
To be honest, I've actually found a way to use it in competitive, just it has to be set up right.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Unpheasant needs a lot of work to be made to be good. Talonflame, while yes, it's very good, it's only good because it's a one-trick pony, and...
It has Gillies, that's it.
That one trick is just broken.
And, I mean, Swanna is good for the water typing, but then you also have Pelipper, which can do the same goddamn thing.
Yeah, and personally, Pelipper is, in my opinion, a little better. Yeah.
It has...
And Pelipper's a toilet.
It has,
I like this design a lot. I think this could branch off into a really nice-looking evolution line that I can personally see myself getting behind. I know...
This might be another Sableye and go light-dark. Only weak to Lunar.
That'd be ooh, I would...
That'd be kind of broken in my opinion.
But that'd be cool though. It'd be very interesting.
Because I mean, where would the flying type go?
He can take his final evolution. It could be flying light now in the first 2 evolutions, and then branch off into what, like just like you said, fighting and flying, but light and dark. It could just branch off. Like I mean, Blaziken. He starts out fire, and then he grows arms and get the fighting type. I mean, it could just branch off.
It's definitely feasible. It's definitely feasible. I can see that happening. There's definitely at this point everything's just kind of speculation. So, it doesn't hurt to look at all the options. So I think that'd be kind of a cool idea. So I like it. I like the design though. I can definitely guarantee that I will probably, when I play through the games once they come out, I will definitely have one of these on my team, most likely.
Jim,
Just saying now, while we're on the subject of Pokemon, there better be Mega fucking Flygon.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. See, here's the thing. The only reason it was is because of the design.
Yeah, they didn't want to ruin his design.
I cannot see them upgrading Flygon any more than he already is as far as the Mega Evolution goes. I cannot see that.
Just Google Mega Flygon, you'll see plenty of badass designs.
Trust me, I think I would love it, and hopefully they do it, but I'm not gonna...
It's only a year. It's only been a year since Oris was...
I mean, I'm still waiting on Mega Milotic, to be honest. Water Fairy, it's right there. It's staring you in the face. Game Freak, please. I'm begging.
Personally, a Mega that I'm waiting on is the rest of the starters, personally. Like Mega Medanium or something.
Yes,
that won't happen.
We still need...
It will happen, Ronnie. It will.
We still need 4th gen starter Megas, and we still need...
first gen.
No, we have first gen.
Gen.
I was gonna say we need 2nd gen, we need 4th gen, and we need 5th gen
and 6th.
And 6th, yeah, but I don't want Megas for 6th because the 6th gen starters were all pretty good.
What was the 6th one? The Protean shit, right?
Delphox,
yeah.
Greninja, and Chestnut. Just because of the fact that Greninja's already broken, I don't think they would do that. Just because they don't.
I hate Greninja.
I actually haven't played through X and Y, so I've only seen.
They're pretty much like broken. They're pretty much, yeah.
Well,
They're
Protean, fucking Protean, that's broken, of course. But if you have Mega Greninja, you have to take the Protean off.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen with Ash's. I wonder what's going to happen with Ash's Greninja.
That'll never touch a game.
No, yeah, that'll never be in a game. Just because Ash isn't in the game, and they wouldn't be able to justify...
Ash is in the game. It's not in one of them at all?
Nope. Strictly to the anime.
Except for Yellow, correct?
Ash was in Yellow.
I guess?
Was he?
Ash was in Yellow because he got Pikachu.
It was based on it.
It was based on the anime. Yeah, Yellow was based on the anime, but I don't think the character is meant to be Ash. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation there. I mean, I will
play through Yellow and I will see if the name is Ash at the start.
I don't believe
I can't remember.
Provides the name Ash as an option, but yeah, I'll have to look at it later. I'll look into it. But
I have the ROM, so I can just load it up later.
Next image I wanted to look at is some scenery shots that they provided us with. Specifically, this one right here.
Elite Four, I call it.
See, I thought that at first. But let's think more about. We have a Horsey fountain in front of it. Horsey on the flag,
Slacking.
And there's water types everywhere.
Spiel,
Staryu, Chinchou, Magikarp, Horsey. I'm pretty sure over here in this little spot here is a Krabby. You know, I think potentially this could be a water type gym. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, hold on. I don't know if it's a gym because look at the two characters in front of it. That one looks awful lot like Red, the male one.
Oh, again, these are all concept art images, so they might have just kind of thrown a simple image in there, but I don't know. Maybe that could be the character that they have for this generation. Maybe, and like they could have just simplified the design and stuff.
Question: What is next to her?
Oh, it looks like a suitcase. That's what people are saying. So a lot of people are saying this could potentially be like a hotel or resort or something of some kind.
It would make sense.
Which, yeah, it would make a lot of sense.
Well, think about it. If you have a restaurant gym, why not have a resort water gym?
That could also work too. I think that would be kind of interesting because, because they had that with Lenora in Gen 5. She ran the museum and her gym was inside of it. So I could see that being a thing. Like have this kind of like be like a water park, maybe. And the gym leader you have to go through a whole bunch of water slides to get to the gym leader.
Yeah. My question is, what is to the left of that behind the Horsey fountain? What happens when you go through there? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know. I think
a drive-through.
Yeah, I think that's meant to be kind of like where people would drive their cars through. Because you do see in a lot of these images, they do include the cars a lot more often. Like in this one up here with the motel, with the slacking on top, which I think is a very nice touch. But they have the truck in that image as well.
They should have put Snorlax instead of slacking. Come on.
I mean, it works either way. It works
Don't
either
leave
way.
my
But I like
Snorlax
it.
alone.
But I like,
mean,
I like
unless
the motel
the
concept. I think
hotel mansion thing is something like they did in Black 2, White 2, where they have all the old gym leaders and characters in it, red, blue, and so on.
I want to
And
point
it's a
out
post-game thing.
I want to point out something that no one has pointed out yet. Look at the graphics.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know.
the graphics
Yeah.
are out of
Look
this
at
world.
the
They have stepped their game up. If this is only like, if these are only precursor images, the graphics have stepped up big
I
time.
wonder how the 2DS is going to handle that.
I don't know, mate.
I have a 2DS, so I can try that. I'm just wondering how it's going to handle it. Because it's not as powerful.
I mean, I feel like they wouldn't press the boundaries of all their systems because they do have to take the 2DS into account. They can't make a 3DS title that doesn't work with the 2DS. That'd just be kind of like bad business
Stupid.
sense.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo's smarter than that, so I feel like it'll still be viable. I do think it would probably be pushing the limitations.
It already lags on triple battles.
Yeah, definitely. So I think I like how they have this floor plan here. This looks kind of cool.
Yes, it is.
I mean, maybe that's your own house.
That's what I was thinking too. This could
Do
be
you
our
actually
house
have room?
because it looks
now?
like there's a bed like right here.
My
which
question is, where does your mother sleep?
I honestly have no idea. I've been asking
what I've always
myself
talked
that
about.
question since Gen 1.
That's what I've always
I don't
wondered.
understand. Because you just
And
leave your
Gen-
room and there's a kitchen and then
And,
what,
and
does she
Gen
sleep in the
1 is
kitchen?
and Gen 1 is susceptible because you have an 8-bit cartridge.
Yeah, but like Gen 5 even like there's like nowhere for her to go. I don't understand. I'm thinking like what is this maybe I think this may be the inside of our room and this green spot here. Do we think that this could potentially be a closet which could provide the option for character customization again?
I
Like
mean,
an X and Y, just like an X and Y.
Please.
I think that would be bar none
I
one
love-
of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Like I said,
I
I've
mean,
never
if
played
it is
X.
a closet, it has the mirror right next to it, like X and Y.
I never played X and
Oh
Y.
yeah, true.
wanna
Yo,
ask-
I see that. Yo, that could
I wanna-
be. Yo, that's great. I like it.
I want to ask you something, Jeff.
Yo,
From a player who has played X and Y, I haven't played it. Is the Nintendo costume where you're in the yellow Pikachu with the yellow Pikachu Nintendo edition, is that real? Can you actually hold a 3DS inside X and Y?
not positive. I don't remember. I don't believe so.
Because there's been pictures going around where people are holding the Pikachu limited edition 3DS inside of X and Y.
I'm not totally sure. That's something I'll probably have to look into, but I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever seen it, but it's entirely possible.
That would be something neat for the 20th anniversary.
I think that would be really cool.
Like something from the past or something.
And
or
that
have,
might explain why the character here looks so much like Red. They might actually have maybe a potential for a Red costume, maybe, included in the game.
Would make sense.
Yeah, it would be a good way to celebrate the 20th anniversary, you know, kind of a bit of a throwback to the original games and everything.
Instead of having an actual like console like the Wii or anything else, you could be holding a 3DS.
Yeah.
Instead of actually having the console hooked up to your TV like in the other games.
You can have like a 3DS chilling on your desk next to your PC or something like that. I
Yep.
think that would be kind of cool to add in there, but
My question is, what the hell is that in the bottom right corner?
I'm not sure.
That has half of it.
Yeah, a lot of things got cut off because, again, these were just kind of things we scooped up out of the trailer itself. So, I'm not too sure what it could be yet, but, again, it could be just about anything, and at this point...
I'm saying it just looks like a house in the middle of absolutely nowhere.
It actually looks like a factory. Like an abandoned factory
Maybe.
or a ruin from X and Y.
Maybe,
Or
and I
power
think that,
plant.
yeah, again, it's definitely an option. I like the idea of it. I like the thought
Or a
process.
car factory. A car factory.
A car factory would make a lot of sense, because the cars are everywhere here, so I think that would make a lot of sense. So I like that idea. So, again, for the last one, it's not that great of an image. Again, it's just kind of a couple extra things I wanted to point out. We did have this image go around of a bunch of different other scenery places that were noticed in the trailers.
Is that a hat? But where his finger is, look down. Is that like a hat on the other picture? The one right under it.
One right under it?
I was just about to say that looks like a hat that someone wears in the anime.
I think it's like the top of something, like right here, like right where my mouse is.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that looks like the top of like an arch of like an entryway into a building or something, maybe. What do you guys think this is?
I say that's one, like in Lumio City, how they have multiple Poke Centers.
All right.
Maybe there's a high-class Poke Center in the high-class town.
All right. No, like, I know we're on YouTube. No, like, shout-outs to anyone. I think it looks like a goddamn Starbucks.
Yo. Honestly, though, that thought process went through my head. It kind of looks like a coffee shop of some kind, maybe. And that could bring forth the idea of it being in a bigger city, having a really big city, kind of like how they had Lumio City, where they had all those different shops and stuff. You could potentially have, like, you know, some kind of coffee here or something. It could act kind of like a freshwater did or whatever and stuff. Have, like, different coffees or something that could have different effects on Pokemon, maybe. That could be.
I mean, they have had cafes in Gen 5.
Yeah, so it's entirely feasible. I don't see any reason why it couldn't be. I think that would be kind of cool.
If you look closely, it has tables and chairs there.
Yeah, it also looks like it might be attached to the Pokemon Center because you can kind of see that little bit of red there.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like it might be attached to the Pokemon Center slightly.
What about in Gen 5 where it has that 3D ratio aspect? Maybe that's the Pokemon Center now. It's like that. What you're seeing, the red, is like a column in the middle, and it's a circle all the way around.
Or call me crazy, maybe they get rid of the PSS and that's like the Union Room again.
That's also a fair thought. I think.
Why would they get rid of PSS if
they could bring back something like the Poketch, the Sea Gear?
The Sea Gear failed horribly.
The Sea Gear was terrible. Sea Gear was garbage. There was no good reason to
Alright,
have the Sea Gear
I will admit, it was a good idea for the early times.
Yeah, I admit the Sea Gear seemed like a good idea at the time, but
it was their first attempt to do something like we have now.
Yeah, it just wasn't as effective.
It wasn't ready.
Now, do I think the Poketch would be cool to have so that like the bottom screen looks nice and cool? Yes. I like that idea.
But then you're also taking the bottom screen out for EV training and everything else.
Yeah, which I don't think
unless it's a Poketch app.
I don't think. Well, that's a good thing to think about. Yeah, the Poketch could actually have what do you call it? Like super training. It could have the PSS on it. It could have a whole bunch of different things.
If we're going to back like PokeChat and stuff, you're going back to Nintendo DS Lite chat.
Because what they said in the direct is they took stuff from previous games and put it in this one.
Wow, it is very possible. It's a good idea, but that is really changing the way we play Pokemon.
I agree. But at this point, I mean, you might as well mix it up a little bit.
You have to think about it. It's only been what, a year since Oris was released?
By the time this comes out, it'll be about 2 years.
Sure. I didn't know when it came out.
Generation 6 has been going on for 3 years, which, in my personal opinion, is longer than most.
It came out at the very end of, like, 2014.
Okay. Gen 7, or Gen 6, Gen 7, dear God. Gen 6 came out in 2013.
Gen 6 went on way too long.
Oh well, I mean, it looks like a damn Starbucks.
No,
I'm just going to put that here.
I kind of hope it's like
right
a
here.
Union
What do you think?
room.
Do you think this is going to be?
Pokemart.
This is a Pokemart. You guys.
Wait. Is that a picture of a cell phone up there? Of those?
Yeah.
On the blue.
Yo, I didn't notice that, but yeah, that's entirely.
Is that a cell phone place where you can like get something fixed, like what Ronnie was saying, your Poketch or whatever it's called?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do you have the option to break it? I wonder, or can you buy upgrades for it? Like, all right, whenever you started Oris, you had to get the PSS. Could that be a place where you could buy perhaps the PSS and trade after that?
It's entirely possible. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. That's a kind of interesting idea.
I'm also saying the picture with the blue screen above it, the one you're on, kind of looks like there's a keyboard under it, so maybe that's the new PC?
That would be kind of cool, because it looks like, now that I'm looking at it, it kind of looks, in this picture, it looks like there may be like 2 monitors or something. Almost like
looks like there's a
it
keyboard.
looks kind of like a TV monitor setup, and like that little black spot, like right around here. Maybe
Because
might be
if
the
it was
keyboard.
anything, how would people get back there? That's the thing. If it was a store, like how would people get back there?
Yeah, true. So I don't know. It could be potentially the new PC. I don't know. It's definitely something.
Because I mean, it does look like there's multiple screens popped up.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to admit it looks exactly like the damn coffee shop.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
So we have to just kind of think about that.
Yeah.
And what, for God's sakes, what is above that? What is
This
that?
I don't know. Maybe
That looks like a demon pig. What is that?
I think maybe, and this is just me speculating again. Maybe they're keeping secret bases as a thing.
That'd be awesome.
I think
I don't.
maybe.
I don't like secret
Well, I
bases.
think
personally.
I'm not a huge
Oh,
fan of
shit.
secret bases, to be honest, but I think that maybe this could be a secret base. I think it's entirely possible.
Or maybe just a small cave.
That looks like a patch of ice right there.
I think it's entirely possible that it could be a secret base. I don't want it to be a secret base. I think, secret bases should just stay in Gen 3 where they belong.
Yeah.
But if
Because
it is,
the Oris remake, it was pretty good on some bases, but no one ever used it. Who actually used those things?
I did at first.
I first, but then I forgot about it when I got to the next town.
Yep.
So, I don't know. It's entirely possible. It could be a secret base. I think it'd be.
And then it looks like there's like a model for a wall or something on the side.
Oh.
I wonder. All right, you see where his finger is on the coffee shop? Look to the right of that. Is that a capsule?
Hmm?
What is that?
Oh.
I don't know.
Is that like a capsule?
Maybe.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't
That
know.
intrigues me. I just noticed that. That intrigues me.
And what does this do? This thing down here.
That looks
Look
Kind
at
of looks like a
keypad.
computer.
It looks like a keypad.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that obviously we can't really.
I just want to be right there staring at that wall.
Yeah, honestly, unless we were right there staring at that and knew exactly what was going on, it's kind of tough to tell, what some of the stuff is right now.
That or we just need to speak Japanese.
Yeah, true, right?
Read the writing. Speak Japanese.
But for now, this is all we got. This is what we got so far for Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. I am beyond excited. As far as I'm concerned, Gen 7 is now a thing. I'm excited to
Gen
see
7 confirmed.
what kind of new Pokemon are going to be released with this, how the competitive metagame is going to get shaken up, and what kind of crazy new features they're going to include in these new games. I already know that Christmas.
I know at
hello,
Christmas.
family, come on, hit me up.
Okay, I want to say at Christmas, I will more than likely be camping at GameStop. That is where I'm going to be.
That's pretty much gonna be the same.
I mean, I just want to point out one thing. They said holiday 2016.
It's not
It's
being
just a-
released on Easter.
I'm just saying, because it's
could-
been almost 2 years. They could have been working on this while they made Omega Ruby off of Sapphire.
If
It probably was.
this is released at Easter, this is going to fuck a lot of people.
Oh,
It
God,
really.
yes. I think at the very earliest, sometime around Thanksgiving-ish.
Alright,
can't
here's
have-
what I think.
I don't think they should release it at the same time they did Oris, because that was just a mess.
Here's what I think. I think they should release it in October and November. That's what I think. Halloween, the month in between, and Christmas.
I think that'd be a good idea. Somewhere
That
in
is
that
what they
somewhere
need
in
to
that
do.
range.
That is what they
Between
need to do.
October
That
and
is where
December is necessary.
that is where kids spend the money.
Yeah, Christmas presents, yo.
Yep.
Christmas presents.
Christmas presents, stuff for Halloween. Kids spend a lot of money with the candy and costumes. Why can't they just drop the $40 to have this thing? I mean,
Yeah,
I've gotten
I-
presents for Halloween before.
It's entirely possible. I think it's possible and a completely feasible option.
I just don't think they're going to drop it in December at all.
I don't know. I don't think they would wait that long, but again, maybe they're still trying to iron out some things
But-
about the game, so that it
but
might
this
still
is-
take some more time.
But this is a whole nother speculation. If they do release it in December, they have other projects like Pokemon Go or that Pokemon Shuffle crap that they release. They could just release a side game to stall out the time.
Yeah, but December, everyone's legitly traveling.
That is also that's also good for business because everyone's already out. They can just go buy GameStop. They're already out. Or Walmart or wherever their local store is and get it.
I know. I don't know. I just want the game tomorrow.
I want it now.
I don't know what you're talking about tomorrow. I want it this second while we were all recording.
Same.
I don't know what you're talking about tomorrow.
So, for now, this is about all we have. If there's ever more information released, when we get, Korokoro scans start happening and we start getting more information leaked and released for us in the coming months, I will do my best to get it to you ASAP. But for now, this is what we have. The hype is real. Gen 7's coming. I'd like to thank Ronnie, Gabby, and Damien for sitting down and recording this with me. Hopefully you guys will be free and available the next time we get information so we can do this again. This has been absolutely awesome. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, guys, I'm PokePrimer, and I'm signing off.